Welcome back, book fiends, to Wicked Good Books, a channel dedicated to books and things book adjacent. My name is Nick, and I'm the host of this channel. Welcome back, Hallowed Denizens of the library. I'm putting together this special early premiere, early access video for you guys on Patreon to see first before it premieres live on my channel in a couple of days. It's a pretty uncommon video for me. I don't do a lot of unboxings on this channel. I don't really plan to. I don't subscribe to any. I think the only box I ever subscribed to was one of the Star Wars monthlies just to get the Babu Frick mini. But as some of you who are involved in my Discord community already know, today I received my Folio Society hardcover copy of Dune by Frank Herbert. I am extremely excited to open this box. Like, it's been killing me just to get this all set up, just to shoot this and not open it right away. I've been waiting a few weeks for this, really a couple of years for this. So this is an early birthday present for my wife. My birthday's in June, but we wanted to try and jump on it before the Dune movie came out and before the buzz kind of picked up again, just in case they sold out and went out of print again, as this copy of this book seems to be prone to do. I currently now own, let's see, 5 copies of the same book of Dune. That's how much it means to me. All 5 are different versions of this book. It is a book I hold near and dear to my heart. I'm going to be talking about this as I'm unboxing it. It's not just going to be a video of me unboxing. I'm going to flip the camera here in a second. You're going to see the book. I'm going to go over it and look at it and review. So if you don't want to be spoiled by anything that's inside this book or the content, if it's something you want to buy for yourself, definitely pause here and come back after. But if you want to see what's inside and hear me talk about Dune for a little bit, that's pretty much all this video is going to be. I've waited a long time to have this book in my possession. This is a book that means a lot to me in general. But this edition, not just because it is a Folio Society version of the book, but the artwork and the way the book was created, the design of the jacket is just stunning and gorgeous. I've wanted it for a while. There's a lot of books on the Folio Society page that interest me. I'll put a link down below just in case you want to check them out yourself. But there's only this one that I just absolutely had to have. Just really glad I got my hands on a copy before the hype started picking up again once the movie comes out, because I know that these will probably become pretty scarce once that happens. But without further ado, after a few years of waiting, let's unbox this thing. All right, here goes nothing. This could just all amount to completely out of focus. It looks like it's in focus in my viewfinder, so I'm going to say that it must be. All right, book fiends, let's crack into it. This is the Folio Society box. It's got pretty awesome titles on it. Your Good Things, Never Let Me Go, The Postman Always Rings, Impossible Journey. I did see, what did I just see earlier? Not a Small Island. There was one on here that caught my eye. I was like, ooh, I know they made that one. As You Like It. As You Like It, Never Let Me Go. I'd like to see what Never Let Me Go looks like, because I love that book. All right, let's unbox this thing, guys. Been waiting a long time for this one. Dune is, as many of you know, one of my absolute favorite book series of all time. No, I did not cut myself with this knife. It's a work accident. I had to get stitches, so we're going to be super careful with this knife at home. Kids, if you have knives, get your parents to help you. Blah, blah, blah. Don't touch your finger off. Alright, so the box opens right up. It's extremely well packaged, which I was really hoping it would be. I had seen some friends who'd gotten the same book before, and it looked very similar how packaging goes, but you never know until you fully experience it, so here we go. My dispatch note. Cool. Let's see here. All right, so it looks like they packaged it pretty well. The paper is pretty intense, and I see it. All right, okay, Dune. So that is the box, packaged extremely well, coming over from the UK. We will recycle this. Thanks, helper. All right, so this is the Folio Society of Dune. This is the hardback copy that comes in the special collector's box, keeps it nice and safe, but it is as stunning in person as I hoped it would be. Legit makes me want to cry. This is the nicest book I own. I cannot wait to open this up. This is all the books that I own that I get passed down to my kids. This will be a separate line item in the will. That'll just be Daddy's copy of Dune, the Folio Society edition. And this will be one that I'll pass down to my kids, and hopefully it'll just continuously get passed down, as the story means a lot to me, and I hope it means a lot to my kids too. But let's check it out. Recycle that too. Don't need that anymore. All right, so let's get into it. Let's slide this thing right out. Where's it go? Oh, look at this. You get the desert Arrakis, moons. Oh my goodness. Okay, wow, that is absolutely stunning. So I'm hoping this is in focus here. There we go. Hope this is in focus here. As you can see, it is quite stunning. It is a beast. It is heavy. It feels amazing. The paper quality and the texture of the book itself has this really interesting cloth on it. That is, I want to look into that and see what that's made of. That's gorgeous. It's got the Paul Atreides art on the cover with his spice blue eyes. There's all this star. Looks like embroidered star glimmer on him. That's pretty awesome. It almost looks like a photo transfer, to be honest with you. But it is same star patterns on the lettering. Oh, I love a good map, and this is a beautiful map of Arrakis. This is the desert planet that the story takes place on, and yeah, I've never seen that map before, so that is quite stunning. So we know from looking at some of the illustrations online, it is not fully illustrated, but it has illustrations throughout, this being one of them. I won't show them all in case, for spoilers' sake, you want to see the glory for yourself. You got Paul Atreides here with the Bene Gesserit matron mother during the Gom Jabbar interrogation and test in full color, which is gorgeous. The artwork is absolutely amazing. Sam Weber is the artist. Wow, that is beautiful. Your table of contents, all new fonts here. Looks like illustrations are all labeled and mapped out. It looks like, which is great. Untitled. You get the about the author, which is great. If you don't know much about Frank Herbert, he's quite an amazing human being when he was alive, and has left a legacy long after his death that fans like us are enjoying. And I can't wait to see this new film, see what they're able to do with it. This introduction, who's it by? Michael Dirda. Yeah, it's got a new introduction in it, looks like, and the book begins. And seeing little art pieces like this with the epigraphs that are bold, which they aren't in the original, or at least not in the editions that I own. The epigraphs are in bold, and you have all this original art up here, which is also pretty stunning. I did not know that was going to be a thing, so that's really cool. I didn't realize there was going to be more than just the illustrations by Sam Weber in here. But let's try and pull up more illustration here. Perfect. Get the Baron Harkonnen and all his nasty glory. I cannot wait to see Stellan Skarsgård bring this nasty villain to life in the new film that's coming out. Wow, some of this artwork is just like, oh, the tooth. I'm not gonna say what scene that's from, but the tooth. Wow, 2-page spread illustration of a key scene from the book. That is awesome. Just absolutely impressed. Totally worth the money, especially getting these little mini illustrations at some of the chapter heads. I did not know that was going to be a thing, and that's pretty cool. I did not know that, and I'm very excited about that. This makes me want to reread it for the third or fourth time. But quite stunning. This must be Aaliyah. Oh, it's awesome. I love it. It looks like the map of Arrakis is on the back of the book also, on the front and back naked cover, which is pretty great. I love a good map. And it looks like there's actually cartographic notes, which is pretty awesome too. I love these little details I didn't know this was even going to have. I thought this was just going to be a partially illustrated version of the book, and it has all these little elements I was not aware of. It also has, it looks like an exclude. Let's see here. Is this an afterword? It is. It looks like it's got an afterword by Brian Herbert, the author's son, who's written many of the other books that take place in the same universe. So that's pretty cool. As well as the appendix is in here as well for the world. So this is stunning. This is totally worth it. This is probably my favorite book that I own. I probably should be holding it this way, huh? So it's not upside down. This is quite literally the most expensive book that I own, and also my favorite book that I own. This book means a lot to me, as I've said multiple times in this video. And if you haven't checked out Dune yet, I highly recommend it. It's one of the best examples of sci fantasy, the sci fantasy subgenre. And I cannot wait to see the new film when it comes out, I believe later in October, later in the year. But for Folio Society quality, I am very impressed. This was actually a lot nicer than I thought it was going to be. I knew it would be nice, but the material this is made out of has just absolutely blown my mind. I'm very, very impressed with it, and I look forward to displaying this on the Wicked Good bookshelf. So thanks so much, guys, for hanging out with this unboxing video. I haven't done one of these before, so hopefully in the future there'll be other boxes to unbox of various trinkets, books, and fun things to look at. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. I'm not sure how many unboxings I'll be doing on this channel. As I mentioned earlier, I don't do a lot of paid subscriptions for boxes and things like that. But every once in a while, when I get something special like this, I just couldn't resist the chance to do it. This video will be premiering first on my Patreon for my patrons. You'll be able to have access to it through Patreon, and then I believe I'm going to have it set to a later premiere about 2 or 3 days later on my official YouTube page at Wicked Good Books. But yeah, one last look at this beautiful thing before I tuck it away, and you'll probably see it from now on next to the others. Look at that, it's just absolutely stunning. I wish that you could feel things in videos, because the cloth cover of this book, I was not expecting to feel this way. It reminds me of like an old tome that you'd find in like the restricted section of your library. For those of us who remember libraries, I mean, they're still around, but still use libraries to do research and things of that nature, or seen them in movies. But wow, just some of this artwork, especially these 2-page spread pieces, are just absolutely stunning. The artist absolutely crushed it. I'm very, very impressed with this edition. It makes me want to reread it again. I've already read it several times. I am currently on the 5th book in the Dune series by Frank Herbert. I'm actually co-reading it with Brittany from Books with Brittany. I'll put her link in her channel down below. We are just consuming all things Dune. I believe she just got her copy of her Folio Society one too. Absolutely love this copy. This is probably a book that I will now, the only book. This is in case of fire. You can only grab one book. This is probably one I'll grab. But yeah, I can't wait to have this book in my life and to pass it down throughout my family. And yeah, Folio Society, very impressed. Thank you so much for this gorgeous edition of Frank Herbert's Dune. I look forward to cracking it open and reading it some more and checking out all the illustrations. Again, I'll put a link down below for Folio Society. You might be interested. They got tons of titles on there, lots of classics, but a lot of wild cards too. And I did see Never Let Me Go is on there. That's actually a book I'd love to get in this edition now the quality's this good. But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys. I hope you had fun watching the unboxing. And if you haven't read Dune, I hope this inspired you to check this book out. It is quite amazing. If you have time to read it before the film comes out, I highly recommend it, because it looks like the film is going to be a really great adaptation. Previous ones have been not so great. I believe the History Channel had made one that was pretty good, but they just really have not captured the essence that is Dune correctly, and I think this film is going to do it. So if you haven't had a chance to read it yet, hop on before the film comes out or after, but I think you really enjoy it if you enjoy sci fantasy and a good story full of deep characters, complex themes that will make you think about them long after you close the last page of this book. I'm still thinking about things that happened in this book years and years later. And my relationship with Dune was interesting because I was kind of gatekept from it at an early age. I was kind of told that it would be go over my head a bit. And to some degree, they may not have been wrong at the time. I don't think I was mature enough to enjoy it back then. I still would have loved to have gotten into it earlier, though, because reading it once last year and then again previously, more recently, a couple months ago, especially now as a father, this book just means so much more to me. And I can't not promote this book more for those who haven't read it yet or thinking about reading it. Don't feel like there's hype behind it. It's a classic for a reason. It's been around this long for a reason. It is so beloved for a reason. I would look at it more or less as this is an excellent example of sci fantasy done really well in a unique world that once you read it, you can start to see the seeds of other books that you may have already enjoyed that were very much inspired by Frank Herbert's Dune. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and we'll see you on the next one. Stay wicked.